والله يدعو إلى دار السلام ويهدي من يشاء إلى صراط مستقيم.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على عبده ورسوله الأمين نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome to Mercy to the Worlds, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. We talked about the battles, the military expeditions, the detachments of the Prophet ﷺ. And one of the greatest battles of Islam was the Battle of Badr, which was on the second year of Hijrah in Ramadan. Now, the polytheists, the idol worshippers, were on the offensive side 1 year after the Battle of Badr. It is the month of Shawwal, the 10th month of the Islamic calendar. And they came from Mecca with 3,000 men, warriors, fully armed, with 200 horse riders and knights, and with 700 men in armor to attack and invade Medina. The Prophet ﷺ knew about this from Al-Abbas. He got his people ready. They went all in an army of 1,000 men and only 2 horse riders compared to 200, and 100 men in armor compared to 700. So they were underpowered. Yet their hearts were full of iman and belief. And they were so eager to die in the cause of Allah that the numbers did not mean anything to them.
Shaykh, I heard that the Prophet ﷺ was planning to fight in Medina. So what happened?
Well, we came to discuss this previously, and we said that the Prophet ﷺ wanted to fight in Medina, but the youngsters and the brave ones who were deprived from fighting in Badr because they were not ready and they did not think that there were to be any battle in Badr, they wanted to go out and meet the enemy, as this would be a sign of bravery, and only gallant people would do this instead of waiting. So the Prophet ﷺ agreed to the majority and he went out. The Prophet ﷺ went around the people of Mecca without them feeling. So he was behind them. When they turned around, they were facing the mountain of Uhud, the valley, and they were facing the Muslims' army. And behind them, to their back, was Medina. The Prophet ﷺ encouraged his people to fight. And so did Abu Sufyan. He encouraged his people to show bravery and not to retreat by any means. And he emphasized this point to the people who were carrying the flag. And the habit was that Banu Abd ad-Dar are the ones to carry the flag. And in the Battle of Badr, the flag was with one of them, An-Nadr ibn al-Harith, who was executed by the Prophet ﷺ. But he let go of the flag, and that's why the army lost the battle and they ran in defeat. So Abu Sufyan went to Banu Abd ad-Dar, and he, in a sense, provoked them by saying that, listen, Banu Abd al-Manaf are ready to take the flag, the cousins of Banu Abd ad-Dar. So if you're not men enough to hold the flag, just say so and we will do the rest. and they cursed him. They said bad words to him, and they told him that you will see what we will do on the battlefield. And they were right, because 10 of them died protecting the flag. The first to start the fighting was Talha ibn Abi Talha ibn Abd-Dar, who was holding the flag. He was known to be the ram of the detachment. He was so strong and fierce that people were afraid of him. He was so brave and strong. So he went holding the flag and asking for a duel. Any man brave of you? Any man brave enough to come and fight me? And the Muslims held back because he was very strong and brave. And only Az-Zubair ibn al-Awwam, in a matter of seconds, he jumped in front of him. And he looked him in the eyes. And he turned around quickly and rode his camel behind him and got him to the ground and slaughtered him. So, in a matter of seconds, the flag was down on the ground, and the bravest man among them was on the ground. And 5 of his own brothers came and held the flag, because they were from Banu Abd-Dar, and they wanted to defend the family tradition of holding the flag. And the other 5 were Uthman, Abu Sa'ad, Musafi', Klab, and Al-Hallas or Al-Jallas. They all came out, held the flag, and each one of them was killed. 4 of their cousins, but also from Banu Abd-Dar, came and held the flag, and the whole 10 were killed by Az-Zubair ibn al-Awwam, by Talha ibn Ubaidillah, by Ali ibn Abi Talib, by Hamza ibn Abd al-Muttalib, and all of these were from Al-Muhajirin. They're all from Mecca. And one man called Asim ibn Thabit ibn Abi al-Aqlah. He killed 2 of them.
That's all that happened before the battle started?
Yes, because it's in the very beginning. The battle was revolving around the flag. There were skirmishes here and there. People were fighting, not watching, but the essence of the battle was there. Asim, may Allah be pleased with him, Asim ibn Thabit, killed 2 of them. And he was an excellent archer. And whenever he killed one, he would say, take it, and I am the son of Al-Aqlah. He's one of his ancestors. وَأَنَا ابْنُ أَبِي الْأَقْلَحِ.
So, Shaykh, we can say that this is the tradition of the war at that time, to fight each other before the war started?
Yes, the duel was there. It's always there, that to show signs of bravery, and it would add value to the winning part. So if your army, your soldier, your brave man wins the duel, this means that it's a good sign your army would do this. So it was tradition. And
just a side question.
Sure.
When he bragged about his lineage, is that permissible to do in Islam?
It's not bragging. He's saying that it's me who's doing it. And by stating his name, this is like a trademark. So even Salama ibn al-Aqwa, may Allah be pleased with him, and this might come on a later on story, inshallah. He also, whenever he approached the enemy or attacked them, he would say, "Khudha, take it, and I'm the son of al-Aqwa." And the Prophet himself, alayhi salatu wasalam, on the battle of Al-Ahzab, he used, on the battle of Al-Ahzab, or in another battle which was Hunayn, yes, not in Al-Ahzab, in Hunayn, he would call the people and say, "Ana al-Nabiyyu la kadhib," I am the Prophet, there's no lie about it. "Ana ibn Abd al-Muttalib," I am the son of Abd al-Muttalib, so that they would know his name was Muhammad ibn Abdullah. Yet his grandfather was Abd al-Muttalib, so he's calling the people. So it's form of, it doesn't have anything to do with the lineage. It only has to do with bravery and showing the people, it's me, I'm not doing it in hiding. And that is why these 2 men, the sons of Abu Talha al-Abdari, when they were just about to die, each of them was dying, he went to his mother, who was on the battlefield. Her name was Sulafa. And she used to ask, or she asked her sons, who did this to you? And each one of them said, I don't know, I heard someone hitting me saying, take it, and I'm the son of Abil Aqlah. And that is why she swore that she would drink wine in his skull. And she put a bounty on his head. She put a price on Asim ibn Thabit ibn al-Aqlah's head. And this we'll, inshallah, discuss when the time is appropriate for that. Going back to the flag, it fell after 10 of those who carried it died. It fell on the ground and nobody dared to come and pick it up. And the Muslims were doing wonders. Khalid ibn al-Walid, who was the leader of the riders of the polytheists, tried 3 times to come from behind the Muslims through the left side of the army to attack them and penetrate them. But the archers would always turn him on his back. 3 times he tried and he could not do this. The army was a strong unit, the Muslim army. They were penetrating the polytheists. They were drawing them back and back. There were so many acts of heroism. For example, Abu Dujana, if you recall, Samak ibn Kharsha, he's the one that the Prophet ﷺ gave him the sword. And he did not give it to Ali ibn Abi Talib, Umar ibn Khattab, nor to Zubair ibn Awam. And they were all brave warriors of Islam. He didn't give it to them. He instead gave it to Abu Dujana. So Zubair ibn Awam, who was the cousin of the Prophet ﷺ, he did not like this. So he thought, that's strange, I'm a very strong warrior. Why was I deprived from this? So he said, I'm going to follow Abu Dujana. I'm going to see what he's about to do. So he did. And he followed him. And he said, I saw people flying left, right, and center in front of him. The guy just went, zoom, straight to the Mushrikeen's army, to the polytheist army. And there were 3,000 of them, fully armed. But his sword was sweeping left, right, and center. People were dying. And in seconds, in minutes, he penetrated the whole army and he reached the back of the army. Abu Dujana says himself that I didn't find myself except at the back of the army, penetrating it on my own, killing these people, and I've seen someone doing bad things to the Muslims. So I put him in my mind, and I went straight to him, and I raised my sword to kill him, and then this person cried. It was a woman. It was Hind bint Utbah. And she was attacking also with the polytheist. So I wanted to kill her, but then I said, no, this is the sword of the Prophet ﷺ. I would not make it dirty with the blood of a woman. And he held himself back. I believe we have a short break. Stay tuned and inshallah, we will be right back.
So this is an open invitation for everybody to recognize God and enjoy His blessings in this life and His mercy in this life and in the hereafter as well. Allah, Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim. Each name has a meaning. Each name signifies a nature of Allah the Almighty which no one shares or is compared to Allah in it.